Welcome to episode 3 of Sacred Reality. Just as a little bit of an introduction here, I would say we are going to have a lot of fun. I've got a lot of subjects that I want to talk about, all of them very briefly, well, usually very briefly. So I composed a list here because I can't possibly remember them all off the cuff. So here we go. These are some of the things I want to talk about. Did you know, for example, that flying in a 747 is a very, very green way to travel? You don't hear that on the general news, but guess what? We'll go through the numbers and you'll find out that, wow, you don't have to feel guilty for flying across the country or what have you. That the Bible of the first Christians did not have a New Testament. You probably already knew that. So that means whenever you hear Christians say, well, we're going to go back to the Bible of the early church, and we're going to go back to what the first Christians used, well, they'd have to throw out the whole entire New Testament. Okay, there's a lot more to it than just that. Did you know that grace and karma are not the same thing? There's a lot of Christians in the Western world and other people that are signing on to various bits and pieces of Eastern mysticism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism, Shintoism, all these kinds of things. Well, they're not the same. And we'll go into some of the differences there. And they are profound. They are significant. They are real. Did you know that you cannot prove that God does not exist? We are always challenged to prove that God does exist. Well, guess what? You can't prove to me that God does not exist. Good luck with that one. We'll talk more about it later. Did you know that huge amounts of oil and natural gas naturally seep off the ocean floor off the coast of California? That just seems like interesting. Right off the coast of California, you get all this natural gas and oil just bubbling up all on its own. That makes what we humans do pale by comparison. And it goes on from there. There's a lot to explore there. Here's another one. That moral relativism is self-refuting. Picking and choose what you want to believe in as being morally right and morally wrong caves in on itself very quickly, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. That your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. We're taught this as Christians, but we really don't know what it means. Well, we'll get into that a little bit, but just for starters, if we are the temple of the Holy Spirit, that helps to explain why suicide and the scattering of human ashes, of our cremated remains, are evil acts. Okay. Did you know that good and evil are not exactly opposites in truth? Good can self-exist of its own. Evil cannot. The yin-yang falls apart. Reading good books does a lot more than just inform and entertain us. There's a lot to be gained mentally, physiologically, and culturally from reading books. Kindle and all these sorts of things, the electronic devices, that's fine, when the need arises and whatever, but there's nothing that replaces reading an actual book. So these and a whole lot more things I hope to discuss in future episodes, so tune in often, and I hope you find it interesting, and we'll see where it goes. Thank you very much. God bless you.